First, I'd like to applaud the government on some very appropriate and necessary emphasis that was given to in the budget to the Digital India program, to the fact that as the country progresses, we need to be looking at initiatives such as artificial intelligence, such as looking at the 5G test bed that is being done in IITs, training and skilling our people to be prepared for the new world of a digital knowledge based economy. There are significant incentives put in place as well for the smart cities, which is again another great initiative of the government. The finance minister again talked about the fact that investments are going to be made in our rural areas, ensuring that the BharatNet rollout of infrastructure continues through the laying of fiber, and that the hotspots, about 5 lakh hotspots, are going to be initiated in the rural areas. So the focus on connecting the unconnected part of our country, I think, is a great emphasis. So all of these are very, very positive dimensions of the budget. When we come to look at the specifics of our industry, however, we were disappointed because whereas the finance minister as well as the honorable prime minister emphasized the fact that we are now moving to a digital economy, and that's where the value and growth is going to be positioned, yet the embedded and underlying roadway to that objective, which is the digital highway, which is based on our networks, did not receive the appropriate incentives and the focus that we thought should be had. So the things that we had asked for example, the reduction in levies, we are taxed at about 30%. We had asked for a reduction in the license fees, the spectrum usage charge. We had asked for a reduction in the GST. We had asked for a reduction in the duties on the 4G LTE equipment. We'd asked for some reduction in the components for the manufacture of fiber optic cables. So these were some of the major asks that we had indicated. However, none of those were addressed. In fact, the duty on the handsets went up from 15% to 20%. So we don't believe that, given these types of omissions, that the growth of the economy will happen as fast as it could have with those incentives to the industry. Everybody has heard the headline that a 10% increase in digital penetration leads to a 1.4% growth in GDP. In India's case, it is a 3 to 4% growth in GDP. So you had an easy pickup of 2 to 3% in the growth of GDP if this sector, which is so critical, could have been incentivized and addressed so that it could come out of its present morass of financial distress, come back to fiscal and financial health, and make the country proud again in terms of taking it to that pinnacle of growth, as well as connectivity of an inclusive growth where even the last person down to our panchayats and our villages would have had the benefit of the great dreams that our honorable prime minister talks about in terms of having governance in your hand and focusing on the fact that not only do we have ease of business, but we also have ease of living. Thank you.